long time I wasn't bold again. Meanwhile, I was very vocal. Like I was a young man who really I was like very intelligent. So I was very like more like an extrovert. I involved myself in many activities, even when it comes to quizzes and those social activities that involve the intellectual part of the person. I was involved in it. But from that event, I crawled back into my shell. It's a serious thing. It really had a telling effect. Even up to 2 months ago, when I remember this event, I cried.
Oh, Dennis.
Well,
Thank you for being brave enough to share your story with us. It's so sad that such a thing happened to you. You know, it's an example of not just the abuse, but the lack of justice at the end of it. You know, Mark is in Tema. Hi, good morning, Mark.
Hello, good morning, Kojo.
Thank you for calling us. What's your story?
You know what? Some of these things, if you have a stepmother with your father, they contribute to these things because as a child, you may falter in a way, but the manner in which you be treated, oh man, you know what? I now developed a hatred for my father, but my father really meant good for me. He sometimes one day slapped me. I got up and asked him, "Daddy, am I your son?" You see, but my father, being such a good father, molded me in a way that now there's nothing in this world I'm afraid of. But there's nothing you can tell me to do, and I wouldn't of my knowledge. Sometimes they have their negative side of it, but it's not everybody who can stand up to it.
Yeah.
This is my contribution. So fathers, we should be very, very careful. And these things happen with these polygamous relations.
So yes. What was your stepmother doing that led to your being abused? You
know what? If there's anything, he will go and inflate the story in such a manner that they go to bed with our daddies. They know what to tell them. You won't be there to defend yourself. So when your father gets up in the morning, he comes to attack you. Even when you want to go and say hello.
Yeah.
You see, these are some of the things, because these things that happen to this, I don't see why. I mean, a child wetting. Look, I wet my bed till I was even about 14.
Yeah.
So me, I don't see it. It was some motivation from somewhere that led the father to do this. I'm telling you. Yeah. Please. So they should look at it very well.
So, Mark, do you have children yourself?
Oh, I have 6 children now.
Wow.
And you know what? Let me tell you a funny story. When I started life, I was having only one bedroom with my wife, and my children were lying down there. And one night I was frightened on my desk. I saw one of them urinating onto his brother across, and I told my wife, "Look, this is what a brotherly relation is all about." They got up in the morning, they wet all themselves, and we just managed to keep them, and we go away by beating them there. Matter, there's an external influence.
Mark, thank you for sharing. Let's go to Tantra Hills. Here's Samuel. Hi, Samuel. Good morning. Hello, Samuel.
Hello, Kojo.
There you are. Hello, Samuel. Tell us your story.
Kojo, I had those talents. I played football very well. But I realized that whenever I returned home, my daddy picked me so much. And as a result, I realized that even for this, if you give me a public activity to perform, I felt a bit shy, intimidated, I'm unable to do it. I lost that talent. And sometimes when I recall how it went, I recall the last time a small bird did something, I just picked him with 2 of my fingers. He cried, "Oh, Daddy." At the point, Kojo, I have to cry. I can't take it any longer. I don't want to see anyone abuse a child. It's bad. It's terrible. It shouldn't continue. Okay?
Samuel, thank you for sharing. And you have the power to break the cycle. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you realize in yourself the strength that you have to change things with your own child.
Yeah.
God bless you, Samuel. Thank you for sharing.
Bless you.
I want to hear your story too. We all want to hear your story. We want to heal together. 0302 216 541. 0244 340437. Samuel has really touched me with this story. He's really moved me. That he found himself being aggressive with his own child, and his child had to ask him why, and that woke him up to what he was doing. And I know there are many parents in the same situation. Something has to happen to make you catch yourself doing the same thing that was done to you, the same thing that affected you negatively.
I mean, data does show, and research has shown that people who are abused tend to abuse because that is what you know. And you can only give what you know, you can only give what you have. And so there are moments, life-changing moments like this, and when you catch yourself repeating what has been done to you, and it's an opportunity to change the narrative and the trajectory of your family.
Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. Thanks for moving us. Here's Portia. Hi, good morning, Portia.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling.
Okay. Yeah, Kwejo, I've been abused verbally, and my father also beat me. I remembered when I was a kid, and I went to stay with my stepfather, my stepmother. Then that time she was pregnant, and she was like, what will I give birth to? Which baby will I give birth to? I said, a girl. She said, no. A boy. She said, no. Then I was there, and I said, then you give birth to a cripple. That day was a hell for me. My father came back from work. She told my father beat me. I was a little girl, but I remembered all the incidents. At the long run, she was like, I'm useless, so my father should go and use me for money ritual. So that they will get money. At that very tender age, I decided to run away from the house.
Wow.
I was at Adenta as at then. As at now, almost 30 years old now, I still remember all the incidents. And I feel so bad about it. When I was growing up, I don't go out. I feel so inferior to others. But as at now, because of exposure, I'm able to talk, and I'm able to encourage the young ones also. All those that are going through abuse, I encourage them to come out so that I can talk to them also and advise them.
Wow. Portia, that's beautiful. That's so inspiring. I'm so glad you've been able to turn your experience around. But, wow, I'm so sad and sorry that you had to go through such a thing, and I'm glad that you didn't believe what was said about you. You most certainly are not useless, as God has made evident today. Thank you, Portia. Thank you. God bless you. Kofi is in Kumasi. Hi, Kofi. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, handsome man. How are you?
Handsome Kofi. I'm very well. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Kofi Badimba.
What's your story?
Mine wasn't beaten, but I thought mine was also very bad. I was 6 years, and my father took me and my two brothers to his village, into a farm where we had only a house under these cocoa trees we call a kura. And considering my age, I could not read, could not pound fufu. And so what I used to do was to fetch water. And there was one day when there was this cloud, it was cloudy and the wind was blowing here and there, and my stepmother asked me to go and fetch water from the stream about 1 kilometer away. And I had to go. When I was going, the rain started. And Kojo, if you have lived in a rural area before, Kwayim, if you have lived in Kwayim before, you will appreciate what I'm saying. And I had to carry water under this rain from the stream to the house, where it was raining heavily. And my father saw it, and my father cried. He cried bitterly that my stepmother had done that, because had any tree fell, I would have died, because I was walking under a thick forest where anything could have happened. So that was my experience, Kojo.
Wow.
Keep on doing your good work.
Wow.
And may God bless you. You are so handsome.
Kofi, thank you. Thank you for calling. And, that's a great example of how we should actually talk to our children, reinforce positive image. That's nice. Thank you, Kofi. George is in Kolibu. Hi, George. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Kojo?
We are managing. We're managing, George.
Good.
Tell us your story.
I want to share a story that it's not, some people don't consider it a child abuse. But let me describe it so that you can see the effect that it has, because many people do it in their homes. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, I was living with my grandmother. We were a number of children in the house in the village. One of the children was crying. Nothing could make him stop. Suddenly, somebody appeared in the house, shrouded in some dark clothes, holding a tall pole, and every child just ran scatter. I remember going under the bed, and I hid under the bed. I don't know how long for that night. Now, the effect it had on me was the fact that I could never enter the darkness. Each time I felt myself alone in darkness, I became afraid. It was when I was in secondary school, Form 3. I woke up one night, attempting to go to the washroom, which was a little bit far from the dormitory. And I said to myself, I shouldn't be afraid. What's there? If the thing was there during the daytime, what is it having? Why is it hiding in the night? So I kind of forced myself to overcome that.
Yeah.
Now, what I see, the effect of that on me is the fact that even when I grew up to the time I finished secondary school, I'm now 69 years old. But sometimes I feel a sense of uneasiness anytime there is some darkness.
Yeah.
And so I think that parents and adults do certain things to children. When the child is misbehaving, they kind of scare the person. We make a kakamutubi, we make this person come and hurt you, Those kind of pronouncements are not very good for children.
So who was it? Who was dressed in that, shroud?
Well, it was just one of the adults in the house who was dressed in that. I ran under the bed, strapped to that. I didn't know where to walk.
Wow. I know
but
what
I
you
recall that, in fact, the following day when I was going to school, I could not get out of the door, out of the gate of the house. It took me about an hour. Somebody came and held me before he took me out. And I kept looking to see whether the person was outside the door during the daytime.
Oh.
And so there are things we do towards children to make them keep quiet, to make them behave, which we will not see to be harmful, but because they are negative, they have some very, very negative lasting effect on the children.
Yeah, you make a very important point. Thank you for sharing that story. Kelvin is in Tema. Hello, Kelvin. Good morning.
Morning, Kojo.
Thanks for your call. Kelvin, what's your story?
My story is about I was 6 years old. I was staying with my father. Then the way my stepmother treated me was very bad. I didn't know anything about stepmother issue and those kind of things. In Tema, those kind of stuff that they live in those times, olden days, that they got pregnant to the woman that they would say they wouldn't take the baby or something like that. And my mother said, okay, since the way my father is a wealthy man, let me go and stay with him. Then I was there. Then one day he was going to work. Then my stepmother, my father asked me to come for a tea. And I took a tea from my father. Then I was drinking the tea. As soon as my father left, my stepmother came, slapping me, booting me around. Then I said, what have I done? I'm just a small boy. I don't know anything. If my father is going to work, he has given me a tea to drink. Then I said, okay. Then I was crying. My father came. I told him he didn't mind me. Then he was having this bakery at his end. In the morning, her daughters just hanging around going to school. I was not going to school. I was at home. Then you put all these bakery things down. Then I'll be washing every time.
Wow.
One day I got annoyed and I said, I was not even given chance to come out to come and see anything. I was not playing. I was indoor. One day I decided, no, this man is out, so let me come out. Then I came out, and a big gutter around the community area. I just jumped into the gutter, get to around Kumji 8 area. And one lady saw me, brought me to the house. This man killed me again. And I said, So from this experience, I decided that I'm married. I don't want to have any step issues in my life. Because if you have step issues, the way the woman goes through and treat the child is very bad. I heard it yesterday and I was listening to your program, and every time I felt sad.
Do you have children?
I have 2 boys.
How has this affected the way you treat your boys?
Yeah. I heard it. I told my wife, and my wife was saying, this is very bad. And me, through that, I pray to God that I should live and look after my children before maybe I go early. I don't want to go early, then I will leave my children, and a man will come and bully them. Yeah. That is why. Yeah, it's very, very, very bad.
Wow.
And Kojo in Tema, I don't know what is wrong in Tema. I mean, they've closed up from 3 days. They've closed up from 3 days.
Wow.
It's very bad. So we can't get water to wash our hands and everything and those kind of things. I don't know. The water is here. People didn't tell us anything.
The whole city of Tema, or
the whole city of Tema?
Wow.
You can call them and ask. And the industrial area too is not flowing.
Okay.
That's where I work.
Kelvin, I want you to stay on the line and give your details to our producer so that we can look into this and see if we can find out some answers for you, okay? Why the taps have been switched off. Kelvin, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thanks for calling us. And thanks to all of you who have called us today to share your stories. You're very brave to have done so. And I pray that it's the beginning. It's the beginning of healing. If indeed healing is still missing from your life. And if you have managed to come out stronger because of your experiences, God bless you. Let's hope that you're able to use those experiences to influence positive change for others. Okay, well, I think it's about time we settled on a high. It's about time we put some smiles on our faces, and our next guests are going to do exactly that. I'm so excited to meet the contestants of the Big Chef competition on Joy Prime. Gladys joins us. She's the channel coordinator for Joy Prime, and she's here with the 3 contestants. They're about to tell us what the show is all about in just a moment. Stay with us. All right, so with over 30 years in the stationery business, Kingdom Books and Stationery is offering a 30-day credit facility with no interest whatsoever. Now, they will deliver free within Accra, Tema and surrounding towns. All you have to do is visit them today at Usu Akwen